Hello, welcome back to another part of Octopath Traveler. So, last time we entered the gates of Finis here. I am now trapped, so I cannot leave. And I fought 3 of the bosses here, and we're gonna keep going. Probably gonna fight another 3. We'll see. I'm ready for another person's.
This should be fun.
I don't know who you are. Like, was you the thief? I'm just trying to. Like, I don't even like. Wind, it's middle. Oh, at least not at least time later dark. I said I was gonna switch you to a merchant. It's fine for now. Merchant, purifying, yeah.
Try this.
On, oh, that hurts. Yeah, you are definitely the thief.
My turn now.
I just have to be the last one to go. Oh, so you steal item, Okay,
Feel the power.
okay, this is fine for now. It's just...
No.
I can't heal. Okay, well, as long as you have a weapon weakness, I can stun you. There. And I got Mayonnaise back. Now, like, there's at least one else, one of these 3. Yeah, I don't know, ice. Hey, I got it! And
Shall be mine.
well, I got my items back, so... Actually, you know what? When am I ever going to use these if I don't start using them now, right?
Use this. Here we go. Let's get down to work.
Okay. Yeah, let's just overheal everyone.
Let's do.
Okay, and then sidestep for everyone. There we go! Nice dodge from Tressa.
All right.
Give this to Tressa.
Feel the
Let's
power.
use the max thing on her, so she says the max turns. Yes, great. There that goes.
How about you?
Guess you can use the dagger. It's just feels like a waste just to use the dagger with him. Oh, nice fail. Nice miss. That wasn't just a miss. There we go again. Alright.
What to do?
Well, that's as far as that goes. Okay.
Catch me
Everybody get some side steps.
Here we go.
Should give her more. Chris is on sidestep patrol.
The battle is truly joined.
Wait till next round where use this again.
Fight with us.
Nice. And it's beautiful. Love to see it. Actually, I want to see what your health is at. 78. It's not bad. I could have probably finished it off just then and there if I'd used the hired help. Oh well.
Let's get down to work.
Too late to worry about now. Yeah, sure. Okay, well, 2 more attacks that you can't hurt me with.
No.
And sure, spear.
Beyond boundaries.
Ooh, nice
Here
debuffs.
goes nothing.
Sure. Can I hurt you with it? I can't. Slap.
Let's do this.
Alright, I'm just gonna do what I should have done in the first place. Hired help. 30,000 links really isn't that much anymore.
What to
These
do?
jumps sting that much. These I'll do light black, dagger black, axe blast, sword, meh. Whole bunch of nothing.
Here we go.
I am ready.
No.
Hmm.
Use this.
I was the wrong to. Oh, whatever.
Too slow.
Begin. A battle cry. Just glad no, you haven't managed to steal items yet. You're probably not going to. Then again, that is 3 in a row, so, for the sake of not risking things, cap everyone off at 9. Oh yes, the beautiful old Steel Zero. Alright. Okay, I'll steal your most prized treasure. Good luck with that. I wish you the best of your endeavors.
Use this. Bring it on.
Sure. What difference does it make?
Try this.
Let's finish this fight off already. Dude, what are you at? 89. Here, will it actually do something this time? Nope.
I am ready.
Doesn't even matter what spell I use, because none of them crit.
How about you? Fire blade is unbending! When he'll fight with us!
2, 3, 4, and 6. There you go.
With each battle, I grow stronger.
Vitalizing Jam, nice. I used one of those in the fight, I'm pretty sure, so... breaks even. From the Records of House Aravis. So this is Therian's storyline. From the time my first memories I recall my father lecturing me on the origins of our house, and what it meant to be the head of House Ravis, and what it was I must give my life to protect. My father had heard the same from his father, and his father from his father before him. House Ravis is blessed with many treasures, and many who covet them. To one born into the House of Ravis, such things are as natural and given as blue as the sky above us. We are blessed with great treasures, and it is our duty to protect those treasures from those who would use them for ill. Among all the treasures, there were none greater than the Dragonstones. RIP. The Dragonstones were bestowed upon the first Lord Ravis, the legendary King Beowulf of one of Hornburg. They have passed down in our family ever since. The stones are said to have come from a land far to the east. They're worth far more than their weight in gold. That is not where their true value lies. Power sleeps within them, and makes them valuable beyond immortal comprehension. For the name Dragonstone is no simple fancy. The stones house the power of great worms whose name they bear. Said the great sorcerer Odin Crossford. Crossford, huh? Used the power of the Dragonstone to seal shut the Gate of Finis. Rep. Crossford had campaigned together with King Beowulf and aided him in founding Hornburg. My father, when he was still with us, once told me this. Power in itself is neither good nor evil. It is the man who wields the blade who decides whether he fights for good or evil. That is why King Beowulf entrusted the stones to the man he trusted above all others, the loyal knight who would become the first lord of House Ravis. Great power can bring about the boundless good or unfathomable evil. It is the duty of our house to keep the Dragonstones safe, protect them for those who would wield them for dark ends. I can only say RIP so many times. Yet, given enough time, great power will always awaken a hunger in others who would claim it for themselves. Once the Dragonstones came to House Ravis, there was no end to those who lusted after them, not to mention our many other riches. Even Keith and Kin cannot be trusted to stand against such temptation. Once, a rumor reached my ears that suspicious parties were inquiring into the whereabouts of the stones at the behest of my own relatives. Maybe those who sabotaged the carriage my wife and I were riding in did so at the bidding of my own blood. Oh, my poor Cordelia. What is to become of you? You were too gentle to ever doubt another. I fear that many will draw near to you, cloaked in the guise of kindness, and seek to deceive you, you don't say. Cordelia, I can protect you no longer. No matter how I try to call out, my voice cannot reach you on the other side. Yet this I hope you know. Though a time may come when you are betrayed by one you trust, I believe your heart will not falter. You will not lose your faith in people, and this is for the best. For there are those who are truly worthy of your unwavering trust, and you will find them, keep them close to your side. I held on to such faith, and as the word with the loyal companion worth 1,000 other men. Heathcote has been true to me in all things. Surely such a friend will also appear before you, one worthy of your faith. So I beg of you, Cordelia, never stop believing in others. It is this faith that will save you in the end. This is what I saw in the last, but like, this feels like it should have been part of the main campaign. And it's actually really frustrating that it's not. Because the main campaign for so many of these stories was like so plain. Mind you, I still think like Therian story is probably one of the more involved. But even so, he still had the probably the Octopath story syndrome. Alright, there's 4 more of these to go. I guess I'll go from left to right. Alright, who am I fighting this time?
For the main event.
You're you're on the tip of my tongue. I think I know who you was. But anyway, fire.
Witness our dare.
Nope.
What to do?
Rune Lord, transfer.
Feel the power.
Assuming darkness. Once again, I forgot to change his class.
Victory shall be mine.
Or sword strike, sure.
Here we go.
Concoct. Verifying.
Try this.
Who pinned you?
The battle is truly joy. My blade is unbending. Windhill, fight with
Put
us.
weapons with this. 2, 3, and 6.
Let's do this. Won't hold back.
Merchant, sidestep, go.
I am ready.
Wasn't this like go down the list? That works. I boosted out of instinct. That worked out by
Try
chance.
this.
Well, more side steps. Okay, that puts everyone up to 8. So just use the ice again. No need to be creative if I don't have to be.
Windhill, fight with us.
3, 5th, and 6.
All right. All right.
I mean, I'll be creative, sure. Hey, there's the weakness! That bypassed the sidestep. That's a little worrying.
The battle is truly joy.
But you didn't scramble your moves like you said you would. I feel a little light too.
Here I go.
What's this at? 90%? I'll take those. That's for 10,000 leaves. Hey, that's a third of a sword summon. Like, it's not much, but I'm taking what I can get here.
All right.
We can Cox, sure. Do this again.
Try this.
Looks like this is going to be a very short fight. Okay, that might do it. Yep, that did it. That was the shortest fight so far.
The show is over.
The Diary of Mattias, Prophet of the Accursed Flame. Mattias was Ophelia's story. Yeah, he was the guy that was pretending to be with the church, but was actually trying to create a new cult. Once I too believed in the teachings of the Sacred Flame, I led the people in its light as a servant of the church. No one could have doubted that I was anything but a pious believer in those days. When I look back on it now, it all seems so painfully foolish. When was it that I first began to doubt the flame? Perhaps it was after I met Lieblich? But no. That was but the catalyst to what was already growing within me. Even before Lieblich appeared, this feeling had taken root in my heart. The small village whose church I had been appointed to was destroyed in a conflagration, started by a capricious strike of lightning. Flames spread before we even knew what was happening. Yeah, this is stuff we already know about. Before we knew it, we were engulfed in hell's fire. Countless were lost, or actually, wait, no it's not, this is... What was the name of the guy in Ulbricht's story? Because this sounds like his story. But there's Ulbricht, and then there was the guy he was friends with that I'm blanking on the name over. Like, they were the two knights of Hornburg or something. Like, were they part of the same city? It's like it was, at the very least, they were attacked in the same way. Before we knew, we were engulfed in hell's fire. Countless were lost to the flames. Even the innocent young children I had loved so dearly. They had committed no sins. They had not deserved to have their flesh seared and their bones turned to ash. So I prayed to the flame. I prayed and prayed that their lives would be spared. Fool that I was, even after they were dead and gone, but that if I prayed hard enough, they might return to us. The miracle might return. So I offered up every scrap of faith that I had. But at long last I realized the truth. Believing the sacred flame and praying to it would not bring about a miracle. If my faith could not bring me those who I loved secured in our time to our greatest need, it was worthless. It did not matter to me if the power needed was forbidden. I would use that power for the course of good and bring about miracles. That was the true faith to which my eyes were finally open. It was not something that I had been tricked into by another. I had reached enlightenment. It was only fitting that such a revelation came to me, the one true savior. So he was just delusional. It wasn't a matter of being tricked by anyone. Okay. Lieblich may not have been responsible for my enlightenment. I'm still grateful to her. After all, she is the one who granted me the blessing of 100 years free from aging. Okay, I guess that means that you weren't from Ulbricht's town, or the other, not Ulbricht, the other one. I'm sorry, I cannot remember his name. It's been so long since I've gone through any of the story modes. Because yeah, this is over 100 years ago. It also means that I guess Lieblich is also old as dirt. The dark secrets written in that tome can allow a man to cheat death. I owe her a debt for sharing them with me. I gained eternal life, or close enough, as a true savior should. I then took it upon myself as my duty to save as many people as I could, with the power granted to me. And so I set out to kindle a darker flame in our realm. The secret flame could be weakened, yet more of Galder's accursed power would seep through the gates of Finis. I would be able to claim even greater strength for myself. I hid myself away from those in the church who wished to stop me. The long march of time was my ally. I wore away the lives and the memories of any and all who once knew me. Till it was as if my face had been washed away like words written in sand. None who still live would remember me as an apostate of the church. With enough leaves, all things are possible. Even obtaining a new name is a little challenge. So I worked my way back to the church's graces as the traitor Mattias. Even the venerable Archbishop Joseph did not suspect me for a moment. Every step of the way, fate showed me that I am in the right. I was able to uncover Galder's altar because I am right. I was able to use the fragment of Galder's power to bring about a miracle because I am right. I could become the savior of Whispermill and command its people to do my wishes because I am right. With Simeon as my ally, I never wanted for money nor power. The Obsidians served me well, whether they knew it or not. So that's the group that assassinated Primrose's father. Simeon I still don't know how to pronounce her name, never claimed to have spoken to me to the others. I know not if he meant to use me as a secret weapon against the others if the need ever arose, or it was simply that he did not trust me. It hardly mattered. After laboring for so many decades, the time had come at last. I had succeeded in debilitating Archbishop Joseph with the poison of obsidian had provided me. It was a beautiful poison. No one would ever suspect it was anything but a natural death. Okay, so Ophelia's father didn't die of natural causes. Oh. All that remained for me to do was cast a dark shadow on the heart of Liana, the next flame bearer. The sacred flame was soon to turn black. That is what was meant to be. That is what was about to be. No, $10 to the farthest reaches of hell, the culmination I had worked for, was mere inches away. So close I could feel the kiss of the accursed flame, but instead, it's all snatched away. The fire snuffed out to leave me in utter darkness and despair. I am the savior. I was meant to bring Galder's flame to the world. Why should I be left in this blackout? Okay, you are really angry about this. Like, they're clearly talking about the fact that Ophelius took over the job instead. It's dark here. The blackness is all-consuming, dark in 1,000 darkness nights. Okay, maybe you're not talking about Ophelia, but this is probably more to do with the fact that you was attacked and probably killed by her. Please, someone, anyone, bring me some light. I'm not gonna bring it up, okay, because, like, you know my thoughts. Like, that's probably the biggest one so far is, like, there is no reason that should not have been part of the main campaign. Like, there was absolutely no reason they couldn't have had him say something about, at the very least, like, poisoning Ophelia's father.
Now, let's get down
Who
to
the
business.
heck are you?
I am ready.
You're a big old brute and you have some minions with you. Fire. Oh, crud. She doesn't have enough speed. Refreshing jam, sure.
How about this?
All right,
Concoct, sure.
try this.
Okay, so
Here we go.
more transfer.
Feel the power.
The battle is true. My blade is unbending.
Might as well. Well, tell me weaknesses for everyone. 3, aha, 4, aha, 5, aha, aha. I guess if fire doesn't work, the next most logical would be light. Do it! Ha! It worked on you at least.
Damn.
He needs heals, and so does Alphen, but we'll brick first.
My turn. Won't hold back.
Okay, sidestep and go.
He can't.
Okay, Purifying Dust. I don't need to cure any ailments, it's just... I guess just this one, because it's just the regular Restore HP. Are you sure that works?
I am ready.
Do it again! Well, they're gone.
Here goes nothing. Let's get down to work.
I should have done this a while ago, but there, you can have it now.
Now then. Use this.
Let's catch me.
Go, that adds some more sidesteps. Okay, so
I am ready. Lux Conjurer.
you have another weakness now. Couldn't tell you what it is.
Here I go.
57%.
Catch me again.
Oh, I didn't realize I didn't have the thing on.
Battle is true.
Not good enough on its own. Sure. I'll
Bring
spawn
it
out.
on.
Concoct, sure. You're fine, pomegranate, go.
I am playing his son when he'll fight with us.
Six. When in doubt,
Lux Contrarier.
stop being lost. There's no reason to try anything else. Oh, that did you in. Okay. So that's
The show is over.
3 of these, and I'm only 25 minutes in. But even with the times it takes to read the journal entry, these are going way faster than the first group did. In the diary of Headmaster Yevon of the Royal Academy. Oh yeah, he died too. It was 15 years ago when I first learned of that tome. The headmaster's chair was what it dreamed to me in those days. When my prize student, Lucia, brought a young woman to me. The woman told me that I was best suited to the position of headmaster. That there was no knowledge, no position that should be off limits to a man of my ability. And so she taught me many things, one being the existence of ancient tomes, containing the long-forgotten secrets of old. There are several volumes of forbidden writings in Atlasdom's great library, and no one but the headmasters are allowed to look upon them. The tome in question is one of these. It's the last extant tract of the legendary sage known as Salomon. His name lives on in history through the land of his birth, the kingdom of Bernstein. Has long since been forgotten. Long has it been said that he who can decipher its true meaning will obtain power over even life and death. The current headmaster is not worthy of such knowledge. What he lacks in intellect only pales to what he lacks in character. Do not depend on him. I would depend on you. She wished to decipher the secrets of the tome, and share its knowledge with the worthy alone. Thus, a great scholar was needed. One who would be able to fully understand the arcane truths within the tome. The doddering fool who now serves as headmaster could never do such a thing. Genius such as you, Yvonne? Surely you of all scholars in the realm are up to the task. Yes, that is how she persuaded me. It is true that I bore little resemblance to the former headmaster, who was interested in nothing but his studies, and whose only praiseworthy trait was his tenacity in a single-minded pursuit. But I was different. I knew that knowledge was worth its weight in gold. More critically, my intellect far outstripped his. How could the idiots around me fail to realize this? A woman told me that the then headmaster, holding a lofty office he had so little to deserve, was tantamount to sin, and I agreed. When she asked me if I could remove him, I assured her that it would be the simplest of tasks. So I had him assassinated, just as she wished, leaving not a trace of evidence behind to incriminate myself. Shortly after, I ascended to the headmaster's seat in his place. I encountered the strange woman only one more time after that day. When I reported to her that I had murdered the former headmaster, she flashed a chilling smile and simply replied, "So you did." Then she walked away, never again to appear before me. Perhaps removing that man was all she wanted from me after all, I thought. It was no matter. The tome was in my grasp, and I immediately set myself to uncovering its secrets. All the rumors I had heard were true. It was a work of staggering genius. With Lucia as my assistant, I was able to obtain all other rare and ancient texts from that woman. Even if I never saw her again, yes, everything was going just as I had planned, and power beyond the imagination was finally within my reach. How did it come to all this? I think that I cursed Lucia, and I was conniving witch. How did I not see? She meant to use me from the very start. I was the one who unlocked the secrets. I who constructed the basic theories on how to effectively control life and death. As soon as I had done that, she had no more need of me. That is why she gave me a flawed blood crystal and let Cyrus write to me that she could dispose of me without dirtying her own hands. Despicable, loathsome, hateful woman, doubtless not cooled my fury, or my fuel to greater heights. But she that unholy witch who brought you to my side. May the deceitful Lucia burn for all eternity. The foul witch, the black be banished beyond the farthest reaches of hell. Well, okay, you've clearly learned nothing. There's 2 more of these to go. Need to go for more SP. Yeah, I think it's fine. Well, let's keep going, because this part's considerably shorter than the last one. Well, okay. You're a big one. The beast. Okay, you have to have been haunted then, right? It wasn't the dragon? Then again, the dragon might have been. I don't know. On it. Maybe it was Tressa. No, Tressa had someone else. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure this thing was the Tressa story at some point, maybe. I don't know anymore. Alright. Fire.
Ignis Arter.
Well, that's a weakness.
Battle is truly joy. Out of my way.
Here we go.
Alright, Cox. Just gonna keep using this over and over.
Here I go.
Bring more transferune.
Feel the power. Let's catch me again.
And we're in no more danger.
I am ready.
Watch me now.
Okay, so you were weak to fire, so there's no reason not to use fire.
The battle is true. My blade is unbending. Windhill, fight with us.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have a weakness of it I don't know about.
Let's get down to work.
All I know is it's a magic of some sort. Cleric,
Bear witness to
Primrose, sure.
flame.
I am ready. Ignis Arter. Ignis
Pretty good.
Arter.
That's an awful lot.
Now.
50% just for that.
Catch me again.
Here goes nothing.
Okay, so I think I need to get more BP for everyone. Purifying. There we go.
Try this.
Hey, Ober can go again.
Victory. My blade. Windhill, fight with us.
Oh yes, that's good. It's very good. Nice sweep.
Here we go.
I mean, ice.
Cool off.
Might as well just bide
I
time.
am ready.
There's no reason to charge
Ignis
yet.
Arter.
I'll do
Ignis
6.
Arter.
My turn now.
Go back to this.
Feel the power.
Have at you.
And you're gonna be dedicated to the SP roll again.
I am ready.
Drains BP and SP. No.
Ignis Arter.
Nice.
Have at you.
You need
Use
that
this.
bad.
Alright. Bear witness to
Use that again.
Here I go.
I'm not gonna be able to just sidestep for you, so instead. Oh, I gotta choose one, so Primrose. Primrose gets the double cast.
Victory shall be mine.
Best I can get out Old Brick.
Ignis Arter.
Nice damage capping.
Ignis Arter.
It was enough though!
The show is over.
That took about 5 minutes. 2 level ups. From the Diary of Graham Crossford, Part the First. Oh, so we're back to this again. We haven't done one of these in this part. There's a couple of them in the last part, though, if you want to see what that's about. Grave tidings reached me as I was passing through Victor's Hollow. My travels. My beloved's condition has worsened. I knew my journey must be brought to a swift conclusion, lest they be too late in the end. I made up my mind to sail across the verdant deep. The final ingredient I incurred was the pinion of an ogre eagle, the most fearsome beast of the sky. They're said to make their home in the forest of Rube, beyond the vast Emerald Sea. When I arrived at the harbor, there was only one ship to be found. It was a grand one, no mistaking that. The captain was none other than Leon Destral. Okay, so now we're tying into his thing. I recognized him at once, of course. Who could travel these lanes without hearing a tale or scent of that dread pirate captain, very mention of whose name would set even the bravest sailor's heart pounding and palm sweating? So this must have died relatively recently, because Leon's only in his early 30s. And he was a pirate, which means, like, I'll be generous and say that he started pirating at, like, 15. That's still, like, a little less than 20 years. We know that he ran into Alphys when he was a young kid, so probably 3 at the absolute young, probably a few years, probably closer to like 6 or 7. Like, this guy must have been around until just a few years ago. Yet I found the man himself to be quite different from the one spoken of in legend. Captain Leon Destral stood at the helm of a merchant trader. Okay, so this was at the once he retired, so this guy died recently then. Which was preparing to hoist sail at the very moment I came upon it. I told him of my haste and implored that he let me aboard. I'm afraid that I don't just let anyone board my ship, he told me, but as though I were being put to some kind of test. It's clear this was a man who did not easily place his trust in others. My coin purse, as impoverished as my hopes, I held out the only thing of value I could offer, my journal. This is the most valuable of my possessions, I explained. Within it, you will find a record of every region in this vast continent, every town I visited, and every path I tread. Surely such knowledge is worth the trouble of having one more body aboard your ship this voyage. So that's where Tressa got the journal from. It was this guy's. Which, I won't say it again. You know what I'm thinking? I'm starting to get a little mad that so much was not included in the main plot. Because I know full well there's plenty of people that played this game that never got to this point. After all, what I need had I have such a log then. My journey was nearly over. All that remained was to obtain the final ingredient and hasten home to my beloved side. Captain Leon gave a boisterous laugh and gestured me onto his ship with a grin. You'd have me believe the leaves of that old book are more valuable than the leaves in my coffers. Must have had quite the journey. Wouldn't mind hearing about it, as you swelled my decks. As his ship tossed about the stormy sea, my thoughts drifted ahead of the winds to where my wife awaited me. I see her face in my mind so clearly that it felt as though it was only minutes ago that we parted, not countless moons. I prayed that the flame would guide me back to her, while the gentle smile still graced her lips. It's almost finished at last, my love. Pray wait for me just a little longer. I know not what has become of my journal since I parted ways with Captain Leon. Looking back, I am relieved that it left my hands when it did. Surely it's better than my final entry ended with some traces of hope, rather than the bitter pain that would eventually find at Journey's End. Mission's name, Journey's End. One more battle to go. I kind of went into the part here, but it'd be silly to not do this one first.
I will not fail.
I don't know who you are! Or of dread to face the battlefield. Well, when in doubt.
Ignis Arter.
Victory shall be mine.
Okay, sword, nope.
Here we go. Try this.
Okay, keep it going.
What's the big idea?
Nice dodge, but
My turn now.
okay, Rune Lord, Transfer Rune.
Feel the power.
I am ready. Glacius Arter.
I'll find a weakness eventually.
Victory shall be mine. My blade is on. Windhill, fight with us.
Here, I have to find one here, right? Right? Okay, there we go. So you have 3 elemental weaknesses.
Go. I won't hold back.
Sidestep, go. Nice dodge.
Too slow.
Nice dodge. Ooh, especially from those
Here we
two.
go. Try this.
Get it back again. Yes, very good.
Thought you had me?
Nice
I am
try.
ready. Tonight
I'm gonna charge it up at this point. I got it anyway.
My turn. I won't hold back.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Use it on Primrose.
Victory shall be mine. Use this.
Okay.
Tonight is Canary.
Nice damage cap. Very
Tonight
nice.
is Canary.
We only try for the other weaknesses too, but
I am playing his son. Windhill fight with us.
first go for this.
What to do?
Screw it. Why not? What do I have to lose? It's weakness anyway!
Bring it on.
Be on this menu.
Save what?
Okay. It works.
Thought you had me?
Well, now I'm glad I tested those because lightning doesn't work anymore.
Vengeance Salter. Vengeance Salter.
Well,
The battle is truly joined.
we're gonna need X. Wah!
Bring it on.
Cock, shut up, same old song. But yeah, this one's
Try
okay.
this.
Actually, you know what? Hired help. We'll do it this way. I can probably end the fight right now. Yup. But what does money mean at this point?
Close up shop.
One more thing to read. The records of Lorne Wanna of Riverford. Hornburg will fall. I still remember her smile. Werner. Was that the guy that Ulbrich worked like the 2 nights? Like, it makes sense if you'd be talking about Hornburg. I still remember her smile as she said those words. It was a score of years ago now, we had more. Simple sellsword I was then. She came to me with a sack full of leaves and dark prompts in her eyes. Okay, so it wasn't him, this is someone else. She knew as well as I did that I had far greater aspirations than selling my sword for coin. Coin would have to be a start, and the start she offered me. Not only the leaves for free, to free me from another man's employ, but as much as I asked for investing in my plot and establish the connections I would need. The life I'd always dreamed of was finally through my grasp. I could use her. I could use her to get all I'd ever wanted. Or so I thought. So I took the girl up on her offer and began my plot to bring down an entire kingdom. I would need men if I were to accomplish anything. So I created my own sellsword company, the Black Brotherhood, I called them. Spent 3 years doing nothing but gathering information on Hornsburg. Then, using what I had learned, I began to systematically remove any obstacles that might stand in my path. I used the girl's connections to make my company of sellswords very much in demand in Hornburg. I took the worst of the lot, those with no scopes, nowhere else to go, and made them out to be bandits of thieves. Sent these villains to attack the borders of Hornburg. Then my Black Brotherhood would turn them back. It was quite the performance. Other armies didn't stand a chance of beating us to the site of each battle. The skirmishes all took place far from the heart of Hornburg. We knew at the time exactly where they would happen. Since the foes we faced in these battles were in fact our own men, it was an easy feat to give the appearance of a crushing defeat. Through this farce, the Black Brotherhood won the hearts of the people living in those borderlands. So this is what... I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. It's what other person that betrayed Ulbricht's story was, right? Like, I know this isn't his journal entry, but that's what they're describing here. Integrating myself with the families of these borderlands, I used their introductions to buy trust among many powerful houses of Hornburg. The tales of the Black Brotherhood had spread through the realm by then, and I used that woman's money freely to strengthen my ties to powerful men within Hornburg and without. Still, King Alfred was well beloved by his people and his bannermen. It would be no small feat to win their hearts away from him, in which case, things would become much easier if he were simply not in the picture. Hornburg would not last long without the people's love for their liege binding them together, and so my eyes landed upon Earnhardt. That's his name! Thank you! I don't have to keep calling him that guy. So yeah, my eyes landed upon Earnhardt. Felt a bitter hatred of the king within him. I had him appointed as a member of the king's own guard, that he could be in the perfect position to do the deed. All that remained to be done was to give Earnhardt the chance that he was all too eager to seize. Mixing lies and truths, I lit a fire among this very strong young warrior I befriended. I could spout any lie, and it would not have mattered. Humans care little for facts. They believe what they want to believe. In the end, it took me just 12 short years to bring Hornburg to ruin. After the kingdom fell, I decided... Wait, 12 years? But it fell 8 years ago. Like, this is something that they discussed back during Cyrus' story. After the kingdom fell, I decided the time had come to settle my accounts with that woman. I disbanded my company, having no more need for sellswords, and used the riches I had accumulated to buy myself the lands and status that would see me through my remaining days. To tell the honest truth, this was not easy. I could have gained even more had I remained at that woman's side. She could provide me with wealth and power beyond any human's wildest dreams, but to pursue this any further would be madness. Perhaps I was already mad to serve so long her beck and call to bring down a kingdom. She is beautiful, there can be no doubt of that. Did I desire her even for a moment? No. Within that attraction was evil, pure evil, set on bringing humanity to ruin. If a man dared touch any part of it, his own flesh would rot and fall away. She was a lethal poison, she was a witch. So I cut myself off from her entirely and did not look back. Funny though, was it not? In the end, I could not escape her. She brought about my ruin, as surely as if I indulged within the poison's touch. But in the end, just as I had felled Hornburg, it was Hornburg's last knight who laid me low. That's the last of them. Oh? 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 The gate's here again. Well, okay everyone, that is a good stopping point for now. Thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna go examine that light next time. I'm assuming I'm still trapped here. I am. I will see you all next time. Presumably go into the light and finish this once and for all. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and have a good one. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.